I just didn't engage in it the first time. You know, it was more just that I didn't necessarily understand the different layers of the character. And I think, you know, the second time around, I was really more open and receptive to sort of her truth. And I think part of that was me becoming a mother and sort of understanding this struggle between pursuing art and being a mother and making bold decisions, but being a quiet person. That's something that I very much identified with. Painting was a way that she communicated, and I don't know that she painted for him. She painted for herself, but he just sold them, you know. He definitely put the pressure on for her to paint more and more, but she still paints every day. She paints several paintings a day. It's kind of like, I mean, she works on several paintings a day. She doesn't finish them, but it's a way that she's, I think, expresses her emotion and expresses any anxiety, expresses joy. It all goes into those paintings. And but it was wonderful to meet her, and she was really open and inclusive, and it was a good experience. What's funny is the first time I read it, I did see her as more of a victim, and then kind of reading it again and meeting her, she often says, you know, I lied. She takes full credit for her part of it. She does acknowledge that she was, you know, manipulated and scared and didn't know what to do or where to go. She felt very alone, and he had isolated her, which is, you know, very typical for people who are abusive. And you know, but she even says, you know, I feel guilty with how Walter turned out, because if I hadn't lied, maybe he wouldn't have gone so crazy, you know, which he did, yeah. It was the many layers of her. I mean, it was this woman who began, you know, in love in this sort of ideal world, and then dealing with a disappointment and dealing with a lie, and then just sort of the way that it snowballs. And so it was all of that. I mean, the complexities of her character just felt like very true to me. If someone else said it, they came in, they're like, I was surprised he's so nice. I'm like, he is. He's so warm. He's so nice. And he's very respectful and inclusive, and you just feel like you come and you are all making a movie together. And I don't know that I expected that, you know. It was a wonderful surprise to feel so happy and relaxed on his set. I don't know. I mean, I know that he was influenced by sort of that decade of art and sort of what he saw growing up. And he talks about how, you know, this was the art he saw when he was growing up. This was like fine art in his world. And so that is sort of the things that contributed. I mean, he's brought up some other things, but, you know, we take a little bit from everything we know, and it all goes into like a big pool of experience and comes out as our own expression. As much as I could. There are aspects of her character that I took from somebody else that I knew that kind of grew up in that era and was very steely and strong, and yet completely quiet. And so she's so gonna know, and I'm so gonna be busted.